Hello everybody, and this is my updated tour of my sorting village, and I've been doing a few things. I've stopped using as much red power sorting stuff. I've converted to Feed the Beast Ultimate 1.1, although I have updated a couple of mods. And here we go. Up, up here we've got my windmill power again. That's pretty much powering my applied energistics system. Down here, we've got my power plant, and I don't think I showed you much of this last time. It's where I've got a lot of my standalone machines and whatnot. And down here, I've got a couple standalone steel production systems. And down here is where I used to have a whole bunch of generators, and this used to be my blaze shard room. Made a lot of noise. Nasty, nasty. My compression for the iridium plates. Down here I've got gravel, flint, and industrial TNT production. Well, it has a little bit of TNT production in there somewhere, but it doesn't stay that way long. And all of my industrial steam engines making me power and lava. And then down here, I've got 4 steam engines. That one over there is powered by creosote oil, and these 3 are powered by coke coal. Now, I could run one more off the coke coal I generate to make the creosote oil. So I'm not using this power as much as I could, but it's better than just destroying everything. And when the tank over there, that's the largest railcraft tank over here, gets full, which it usually spends a lot of time, it just void pipes out a little bit of extra. That way my big coke oven array doesn't stop, which would starve the coke ovens, the boilers that run on the coke. And I don't use that for my IC power yet. I could, but I don't. Up here, I have a whole bunch of solar panels. I've gotten up to, I think, 10 ultimate hybrids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're up to 9. And the rest are just advanced. I'm going to slowly replace all of them, and even put some around here so it all looks the same. I'll have plenty of power. Already have plenty of power. So that's my power plant. Over here I've got my smelting relay. All the barrels are gone because they're now part of the advanced energistics storage system, although I do miss having the barrels there, and I may actually bring them back because the way it works is the storage for a 64K drive uses that space for whatever it gets first. So if, say, you've got a whole pile of gunpowder and it keeps going and going and going, but you want room for, say, string, if the gunpowder fills up all the space, you can't get any more string, which is why this, while it looks like it's still using barrels and whatnot, is actually, they are barrels, but there are facades right here, hiding the fact that there are storage buses attached to each of these. So when one of these gets full, I can do something with when it tries to store it somewhere else. And so it keeps everything nice. Uh-oh. Guess the other one's out here. And I've done the same for the food side. Out there I've got my bee production, and that's just a combat building. This is my grindery building, where I've got my ore grinder, and I think this is a rotary macerator, so that does other fun stuff. This makes me stone brick. I'll talk about that more later. Over here I've got my wood processing. I've got a sawmill And over here, this actually creates my backup fuel for my liquid boiler. If I ever run out of whatever it's using, it used to be run on fuel. These make hydrogen and stores it in the tank up there. So if anything goes wrong, I can use my solar power to make power. Up here, I've got a whole bunch of oil stored up. I'm going to show you how I'm making that in a moment. And this is the storage system, the sorting system. This is it still has a bunch of remnants from the red power sorting machines, which really are just there because they're holding up the signs, and backup copies of everything that goes into the storage buses. Now, storage buses have priorities. I don't have my wrench with me. Where is it? This one. You shift click with a wrench and you can see the priority. These that do stuff are set at 100. That just don't get stored anywhere. Ones that process things automatically, yeah. But the things I just don't want to keep. But if I run, let's see, where's another one? So few of these are still, alright. Okay, most everything goes processed. So anyway, the item test rack goes into the ME interface, which gets it into the system, and the ender chest is attached to an import bus. Down here is where we actually keep the heart of the system. My ME controller, we're using a whole bunch of power to run it. We've got the chests for the general overflow in this one also. These hold pre-formatted drives down here. This one's full of cobblestone. This one almost is full of cobblestone. These two are equivalent to an interdimensional barrel. A little more, actually. This one's pre-formatted for sand, pre-formatted for iron, and on down the list. So anything that can't get stored in these, because they are at priority 75, get sent over and stored into a priority 25, which just sends it to my recycling system. Although I also have gunpowder stored at 50 over here, and back at the mob drop room, they are stored at 75. So when that fills up, then they come here, and when that fills up, then it'll go over in here. If that happens to fill up, then it ends up in one of these overflow chests, which then completely screws up the system. Because the way ME works, or AE works, is it'll find any storage that has it first and fill that up before it goes and looks for any empty things, and then goes by priority then. I wish there were a way to override that and just always obey priority. So that is how the sorting system is working at a basic level now. So I think this is a good spot to end the quick video of the sorting system. I'm going to do spotlights on the various other buildings and how they're working in a minute. But this is the sorting room and quick tour. Oh, we talked about the power plant. I may as well show you the coke oven, the mega coke oven, which is really 32 of them. Oh look, we're getting cocoa oil as we speak. All arranged in a nice little grid. So that's my mega coke oven. Alright, see you soon.